You woke up today and you wondered, is this the life God designed for me to live? So many people are there. And this book, Your Unbounded Life, it's going to be a hinge that swings the doors of opportunity, possibility. It's going to invigorate you with hope and encouragement that God is still in control of your life. Because, you know, so many of us struggle with finding our purpose. I like to say so many of us are seeking to understand what it meant when God said that He wrote destiny in our hearts. And we have big dreams in this life. We came into this world, infinite possibility. So if you got problems in your love life, if you got problems with your health, if you feel stuck in a rut and you're wondering if there's more, there is. And today's guest, J.R. Allen, my friend, is going to become yours. And we're going to crack the pages of this book, and we're going to discover some powerful, powerful tips and strategies on how to move forward and to win. You don't want to miss a minute of today's show. It's going to lift the lid, and it's going to help reveal to you something that you need to know about how to move forward today. We'll be right back. J.R. Allen.
You the man. That was awesome.
Well, I meant that open.
No, you're awesome.
You
I meant
awesome.
that compliment.
Welcome back.
It's my pleasure.
You know, we did this before, and you know, it really doesn't matter where people might find themselves. Today really could be the day. And I'm going to just declare that it is. That today is the day for them to discover how to live the unbounded life.
Yes.
Let me just dive into a couple of things, and as we always do, I did a decent job of explaining who you are, but I want to give you the opportunity.
I appreciate that very much.
To share with you why I call you a friend and why I think you're an expert on a category of building a life by design and building a life by cause, not just living because.
Absolutely.
This book, The Success You Seek, is embedded in your effort and belief. And you're teaching us how to unearth
Yes.
the life that God purposed for us to live. Who's J.R. Allen?
J.R. Allen is a fun, gregarious, great dad. Not a father, but a great dad. I take great pride every day in, taking care of my children, Kalia, my daughter who just graduated college, as a matter of fact. I'm so proud of her. And my 15-year-old son, Jeremy. I believe in opportunities. I believe that God created us for a purpose.
Yeah.
God created us to all be successful, but unfortunately, along the way, we have trials, we have tribulations. But, the bottom line in life is to stay focused, keep your eyes on the prize.
Amen.
And as long as God is the focal of your life, He'll pull you up.
Yes, He will.
Because when success is chasing you, failure has nothing to do with you.
Ooh.
And it's to keep it where it belongs, because we don't progress in the past. So you have to let the past stay where it is,
Wow.
behind you. It's all about going forward. So no matter what encounters you've had in life, you have to make sure you use it to make yourself a better person. It's important that we realize that if we trust each day, and when we get up, we are thankful. We give God His praise. We give Him His glory. He puts us in the center of everything He's going to do that day.
Wow.
So my belief is that when you trust God and you understand the favor that He bestows on you, by the seconds, Damon, is immeasurable.
Wow.
And that's what excites me about living.
And I know you believe that.
Absolutely.
But why'd you write the book?
I wrote this book because I've experienced great earthly success. But at the end of the day, the Bible says He give it and He takes it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just make a quick reference to Job. We have to understand that it's by design how we are. We have to understand that no matter what happens to us, don't look back. So I wrote this book because I've experienced what some have said, it's great, great, great losses. But I don't look at it as great losses. I look at it as a door opener. See, I believe that in every new beginning, there's a starting point.
Right.
So I try to stay balanced. So this book is designed to empower the minds of individuals such as myself who have experienced failure of any kind. It doesn't have to be monetary. Sometimes failures in your health. I've lost a child at 7 years old, 14 years ago.
God.
And that was the most unimaginable and indescribable act I've ever been faced with. But I didn't let it destroy me.
Got it.
I took it as medicine. I took it as something that just part of life. I had to accept it. Why? Life happens. And when life happens, you can't go under. You have to try hard to stay above, because I have other children. So we have to be an example. And this book is designed to empower the minds of others by letting you realize that as long as you are breathing, Damon, your dreams are still alive.
Wow.
And so many people surrender their dreams to their failures. So many people surrender their dreams to their adversities.
So true.
But the joy of adversity, as I love to tell people, is the recovery. It's to stand firm and to give God His glory for empowering you, taking from you and giving you better. Because as you said, He wants to trust the right people.
That's right.
So when I was going through my challenges, I got on my knees and I asked God, I said, you've given it to me before. You bestowed greatness on me in many aspects of my life. By the time I was 40, I achieved all my dreams. There's nothing on earth I wanted to achieve I had left to achieve. I've had healthy kids. I had the marriage. I had the businesses. I was embedded in the church. I had all the stuff that God, in my eyes, wanted me to be living the life of a good quality human being.
You were on cloud 9.
Cloud 59.
And what happened?
What happened is life happens. The market crashed. I was a major part of the mortgage business as a mortgage broker. And at that time, Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers, the two major brokerage houses that funded the home financing market, they went belly up.
They did.
That totally lopsided anyone who was involved in the real estate market. But I look at it as an opportunity. And the opportunity was this: I can do better. There is better. And that's why the mind is so powerful. The mind is so powerful that had I been consumed by my losses, by my world changing abruptly, I would have totally gone in another direction.
Wow.
And I know there are others out there who have experienced worse than myself. Because one of the things we do, Damien, we tend to feel as if we're going through the worst. Our situation is the worst. But what we lose sight of is others out there have it worse than you. So we don't give enough thanks for the goodness that we have. We like to complain. We like to look at our situation and feel pity for ourselves. But you can't progress feeling pity. You only progress when you are thinking in a positive way.
When someone is in that place of rock bottom, they have a tendency to blame themselves.
Or blame others.
And some people, they're really mad at God right now.
That's a great point. I can tell you, I was angry at God when I lost my daughter.
You were?
I was angry. I don't sit here and be a hypocrite. I sit here and tell it to you is the facts of my reality. I was angry with God because I'm doing all the things that I think you should be doing. I'm doing all the things that the Bible wants me to do. I'm not being selfish. I'm not living as a me. I'm living as a we. I had multiple employees. I took care of my employees as if I take care of myself. We offered all the benefits that was necessary, as a big company would. At the end of the day, I felt that I was doing everything. I was in charge of the building fund at my church, the new building fund. I was tithing accordingly. I was living a life with respect. I'm a dad who was there from in the womb with my children. I did everything by the book. But you see, people don't plan to fail, okay? People fail to plan. But luckily, I knew that nothing lasts forever. So I was in a mindset again where my relationship was intact with God. So you have to maintain a mindset where you're prepared for anything that comes your way. Because
so no matter what comes, you don't allow the tough stuff to move you off of what you know to be.
No, I don't. God has to be the center. He has to be the center, because that's the one person who never says no. He never says, I'm too busy. No, JR, take a number, wait for me. JR, I'm tired of hearing your problems. You see, because God, again, let's use Job. Who suffered in the Bible more than Job? Yeah. He lost all his flocks of sheep.
He's on the ash heap, and his friends say, curse God.
His wife is saying, his brother is saying, why are you still believing God is for you? Why are you going through all these adversities then? But again, Damon, you have to maintain your focus. You have to keep things in perspective. See, I never get too high when things are great, and I never get too low when things go contrary to what I like.
There's that balance word again.
You have to have equilibrium.
Is that why you wrote the book?
I wrote the book.
It's obviously your journey.
Yes, it's a real story that I think many of us can appreciate, regardless of the industry you're coming from, regardless of whatever has led to your setbacks. Because as you mentioned in your opening, some of us through poor health, some of us through poor decisions. But I believe your circumstances determine your decisions. So relative to your circumstances, you're going to make certain choices, which are going to make certain decisions.
Got it.
And it's important that you don't you keep things level, keep it balanced. Be balanced, and many of us don't live a balanced life.
Got it.
So therefore, when adversity strikes, we are so imbalanced, we panic, where if we keep it calm, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to make it seem as if I'm this perfect guy. What I am is I was real because life happens.
Yeah.
And you have to be prepared for when life happens, that you don't blow it out of perspective, you don't panic, and you still represent strength to your family, because your family is looking to you like they're looking to me as the leader of the family.
Got it.
So if I show weakness, then guess what? They're going to follow me.
Right.
They're going to lose their belief. And we cannot afford to let the family, because things have gone wrong, not realize that, hey, an opportunity is there for you to show strength and help others. So while you're on your back, as you said, you have to do some push-ups to get back up. Because if you don't think ahead, you're never going to get ahead.
What is the unbounded life? Explain what you mean by that.
Your unbounded life means your life has no limits. You should not be shackled by anything called negativity. You should not be shackled by any type of adversity. You have to stay within yourself and believe that you can still achieve anything. You can overcome anything. The only thing we cannot overcome, Damon, is debt.
Yeah.
Debt is final. We don't have to pay our taxes, but we have to die. So the unbounded life is no matter what's come your way, you've got to realize that you can still achieve anything that you put your mind to. If you don't focus on overcoming that period of setback, that period of difficulty, because this is what I believe, Damon. I believe that we're going to have highs and lows, ups and downs. And then what happens? You have peaks and valleys, and it comes time for a turnaround.
Right.
So this is why your mindset has to stay in a positive mindset, because you miss opportunities. You miss the opportunity to help someone. See, sometimes our blessings come to us in unique ways. They say God works in a mysterious way. But we have to realize that we have to stay focused. I cannot emphasize the word focus. I cannot emphasize the word belief. I cannot emphasize the word opportunity.
Do you believe that the place of turmoil that they might be in is actually the place of the greatest opportunity possible? Am I getting it?
Oh, you're just, Damon, listen, I'm smiling because I'm just exuding with excitement, because I'll tell you a story. I'll share a story. I remember June 24th, 2009. I just came out of court in what I called an unkind divorce. And I had no money, Damon. I had no money. People look at me and say, Gerald, how could you never have? Look at the way you dress. Look at the way you speak. Look at your successes.
Sure.
But again, life happens. I had no money. My son's name is Jeremy. I bought Jeremy some number of years ago a stoplight, which was the equivalent of a piggy bank.
Got it.
And what I would do almost every day when I came home, whatever change I had, no more than $5 in paper money.
Got it.
Okay, I would drop it in Jeremy's piggy bank.
Got it.
And I remember June 24th, 2009. I'm in the thick of the storm, the eye of the storm. And I had to go into that stoplight piggy bank and get $11 in quarters.
Wait, back up. There's a dad who would come home and drop his change into the piggy bank for his son. And the financial collapse occurs, one of the worst in this country's history. And here's a man who lost it all. You had to go into your son's piggy bank to scrap up $11.
$11.
What is going through your mind? Don't move past that so fast. What is going through your mind? I mean, oh my gosh. What was going through your mind?
I can smile today. I can smile today because I remember it vividly, like you and I sitting down and talking now. And what was going through my mind was, this can't be it for me.
Wow.
I want to repeat that. This can't be it for me. And I believe a lot of people out there have to have that same mindset. This can't be it for you. If you were successful, Damon, You have to remember what got you there.
Yeah.
If you were successful, you can't forget how you got there.
Right.
You know the ways to go home. You can take different routes to get home. I can take different routes to get home. But this cannot be it for me. That was what I said.
Then the reality is when that happens, what's the enemy's strategy in that moment?
You know, I could have gone into depression. I could have gone into extreme frustration and become what I would call irrational.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. I could have taken measures which would have been completely and totally out of my character. People look at me, my children look at me as the focal point, the strength in their lives, this trendsetter, setting the example, the road for them to walk. So I had to keep things in perspective. I couldn't panic any more than I couldn't be blaming anyone else. I took responsibility. This too shall pass. See, Damon, when you own your responsibility, you can accept anything in life.
Hey, unpack that. What do you mean?
When you take responsibility of wherever you are, plus or minus, you're owning the actions that got you there. Because I had a choice where I could have done other stuff. But you see, at the same time, I was determined to prove that I can overcome the challenges in my industry.
Wow.
So you must own your responsibility. You have to be accountable. Just use that word to sum it up. You have to be accountable. But too many of us, when we run into trouble, we want to blame someone else.
Right.
And what that does is takes away from your focus as to how you can correct the problem based on your strengths.
Wow.
And that's what I want people to understand, that you can overcome. So your unbounded life means you have no limits. You put shackles on yourself. You limit yourself.
Do you really believe that?
I honestly, unequivocally, absolutely believe it.
No matter where they are, how far down it might seem, what their background was, what mama did to them, daddy didn't do for them, there is no limitation.
There are no limitations.
No boundaries.
No boundaries.
To the possibility.
None.
For them.
That's why
for me.
None.
For you.
For me, for none of you out there. The most important thing you have to do, you have to say to yourself, this cannot be it for me. It cannot be it. Once you come to that realization, once that becomes the next, for you to move forward, you got to realize how important those words are, Damon. This cannot be it for me. Because if you accept defeat, what is the option?
Right.
That's why being negative is not an option that anyone wants to be in. In the book, I mention it. I talk about fear versus fact. Some of us are so fearsome of the fact that we are no longer living the life that we had grown accustomed to, that we don't have the enthusiasm. We lose our energy. We lose our passion. But I think that's the time when you better find that passion. You better dig deep to unearth what still is remaining inside of you, which quite often it's the adversity you run into that allows you to unearth the greatness. Because had you not been in a position where you've experienced such tragedy, such adversity, such difficulty, such challenges, you may not have become the person. Had I gone the other way, that book would never have come out of my head.
Oh, yeah.
So I am unbounded. I'm unlimited. And I want people to know that you too, no matter what you're going through, as long as you're not terminally ill, you have to sometimes retool yourself. You have to understand the importance of going for it.
Would you agree that even if someone is sick, where there's breath, there's hope?
Absolutely.
That today is a crossroads for many people to continue down the path that life or that they have cut for themselves. Taking ownership.
Yes.
Realizing
own your responsibility.
I am accountable for my future.
That's right. We were born to be successful. Always remember that. Each and every person, we're born to be successful. None of us, God didn't create us to be failures. God created us to be successes, to be successful. Because, see, that's why you have to live with love, Damon. You have to live with love. You have to live where you look for those who are less fortunate. Who are more precious in God's eyes are people who don't have what you and I have. You and I are blessed with a certain skill set. So if we don't keep our mind correct, if we don't have the right fighting spirit, we can't weather storms. You don't weather storms by running. You weather storms by thinking. If you fear something, you have to face your fears.
But this is not just a book to make you feel good. Through your story of overcoming the adversity, you show us how to map our own steps.
Absolutely.
To win. Am I getting it right?
Absolutely.
What do you tell us in here?
I'm showing you from dreams to success. I'm showing you the importance of persevering through adversity. I'm showing you the importance of having a positive attitude. I'm showing you why confidence is the backbone of anyone being successful. I'm showing you why visions come to fruition. Okay, I'm showing you why you should not let your attitude restrict your altitude.
Wow.
I'm showing you that you have to be a leader of yourself before you can be of anyone else. I'm showing you that there's a lot of people who are perpetrating a fraud on themselves by being an employee when they're an entrepreneur. I'm showing you don't let fear hold you back. I'm showing you in the book that, listen, if you're a part of an environment, Damon, and you don't appreciate, you don't like what the environment is about, if you control it, you expunge what's not correct in your eyes.
Wow.
And I'm also showing you if you do control it, if you don't control the environment, then you vacate that environment on your own terms. No one is forcing you to do it. This is the land of America, the land of opportunity. We can achieve, we can become, we can do anything.
What do you do when you see someone put this book to work
You know, it's funny.
and see results? What do you do? You
know,
smile?
I
You
feel
shout?
a sense of gratitude. I feel like I'm doing God's work.
Wow.
And that is like, I smile because I know had I not told my story, those people would never have the opportunity
Wow.
to learn that through me, through my story, they can also tell their story.
JR, what causes someone to hears this? They get it up here, but it somehow doesn't make its way down in here. And that keeps them from picking up that phone, or going online and saying, I got to get that book. They hear it, and they get it, but it just doesn't take root. What's happening? What's in between? I hear it, I get it, I need it, and I don't take action. What's going on?
You've got to act. Stop talking and take action. Stop saying you can't and say, yes, you can. Why should you believe this book is going to help to give you the type of a benefit?
Mm-hmm.
This book, it is immeasurable relative to how you use the book.
Right.
I can attest that if you follow the script that I've laid out here, this book will help every single reader who have experienced adversity, who understand that if they want to get it, they get the book, and if to feel it, you've got to believe it.
Wow.
You see, if you believe it, you can achieve it. This book is a prerequisite for you to become the person that you thought was no longer within you. I have a quote in the book that says, the effect of a leader is the ease in which others will follow. Because an effective leader demonstrates the qualities that's going to empower others.
Amen.
What they're going to gain from it.
Amen. So many of us are following the wrong leaders. So many of us are following the wrong example. So many of us are following what the experts say works. But there is no greater leader than God. And there is no greater source of leadership, in my opinion, than His Word.
Yes.
And to find a man who has walked the path, who is leading by example, you.
Thank you.
Who is standing on God's Word, is somebody worth following.
Thank you very much, Damien.
Don't go away. And you don't go away either.
I will
We're going to go to a break, and I want our announcer to share with you a little bundle that we put together for you that gives you the opportunity to get your hands on this amazing book, Your Unbounded Life, and teach you how to unearth, love the tagline, how to unearth it.
Bring it out.
The life. Bring it out, the life that God has in store for you, that He planned for you all along, before the setback, before the heartache, before the calamity, before rock bottom. We'll be right back, right after this.
If getting ahead and succeeding in life was as simple as putting one foot in front of the other, then everyone would be living the life of their dreams. Excuses, bad habits, self-doubt, and fear are just a few of the chains that bind and keep us from taking that first step and starting on the path toward living our best life. But it can be done. If you're tired of being bound, tired of struggling, then today is the day that you let God free you from the chains that have bound and kept you from living the life God wants you to live. In today's very special TV offer, Damon has put together a bundle of resources, the Unbounded Life series, that will show you how to break free of the pain and uncertainty that have prevented you from moving forward. regardless of your age or where you are in life. The Unbounded Life series will help you turn your past failures into life-changing victories. You'll receive the Your Unbounded Life book and an accompanying workbook with practical advice and reflection points at the end of each chapter. This book and workbook will put you on a path of unearthing your most epic dreams. You'll also receive the DVD Live Unbounded, which will steer you past the failures and disappointments you've experienced and guide you through the process of transforming your life. These riveting and informative teachings by JR will show you how to get rid of the bad behaviors, destructive thoughts, and negative attitudes. But that's not all. You'll also receive a DVD of Damon's full uncut interview with J.R. Allen. That's the Your Unbounded Life book and workbook, the DVD Live Unbounded, and a DVD of today's show in its entirety, all for your love gift of $50 or more. Hold on, there's more. When you submit a testimonial within 7 days of purchasing the bundle, you will receive 12 one-minute audio downloads, each featuring one of JR's thought-provoking motivational minutes, free.
I want to build testimonies of people that can say, I learned what it takes to create the life designed for me by the Almighty, that I might be a witness to how great He is.
Amen.
And that's the kind of person I want to follow.
These teachings and life lessons will inspire and motivate you, your family, and friends on your journey of faith. So call now to receive these valuable resources that can put you on the path to victory and success in your life. It's time to break the chains and begin living the life God has planned for you. Operators are standing by.
May God richly bless you. We got about 20 seconds until the show is over. I'd encourage you not to miss this opportunity. You need to believe in yourself enough, even if it's not just the last shot, to say, okay, God, I didn't stumble across this program. My footsteps were ordered here, that you might get my attention and get to me something that can make a difference. And I believe this is it. But now, it's your chance to act. May God richly bless you. Dr. Allen, thank you.
Stay positive and grow.
See you next time. Hi, Damon Davis here. I want to thank you for tuning into today's program. I hope you were blessed. I hope that we gave you that one idea, one strategy, one solution to shape your thinking and help you win today. The Lord told me not long ago that we need to provide you, the viewer, with an opportunity to go even deeper, more one-on-one with the guests that we've had here on this program, the guests that you saw today. It's called 1-on-1 Academy. What is it? It's an online 24-hour-a-day digital school, that's right, where you have the ability to connect with the guests that you saw here, to move deeper into the things of God, to understand solutions to spirit, soul, and body in a way, well, you'll have to see for yourself. Go to 1on1academy.com on your desktop computer or digital device to discover more. And hey, I'll see you there.